You've seen them your whole life on postcards, in movies, and all over your social media feed. They're the titans of architecture, the silent, stone and steel witnesses to our history. But here's the thing, we look at them, but we don't always truly see them. These world-famous landmarks are broadcasting secret messages, concealing hidden rooms, and protecting stories that have been hiding in plain sight for centuries. Take Mount Rushmore. 4 presidents carved into a mountain, an epic shrine to democracy, right? You've seen those faces 1,000 times. But what if I told you that blasted deep into the granite behind Abraham Lincoln's head lies a secret, unfinished chamber? A room designed to hold America's most precious secrets, a vault sealed from the public and left to the ages. You think you know the monument, but you're about to discover a hidden chapter of its story that was never meant for you. We're about to enter the Hall of Records, and believe me, that's only our first stop. To really get Mount Rushmore, you have to understand the massive and partially unfulfilled vision of its creator, Gutzon Borglum. He didn't just want to carve faces, he wanted to create a shrine of democracy that would speak to civilizations thousands of years from now. Borglum knew the faces alone weren't enough. He put it perfectly. You may as well drop a letter into the world's postal service without an address or signature, as to send that carved mountain into history without identification. His answer was the Hall of Records. This was his masterstroke, a massive chamber, 80 by 100 feet, drilled into the solid rock behind the presidents' heads. Borglum's plans were breathtaking. He imagined an 800-foot granite staircase leading to an entrance adorned with a giant bronze eagle. Inside, the hall would be a treasure vault, designed to house bronze and glass cabinets containing the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution, along with busts of great Americans. Work started in 1938, and crews managed to blast a 70-foot tunnel into the mountain. But in 1939, Congress got antsy and ordered all work to focus on finishing the faces. The Hall of Records was abandoned, left as an unfinished cavern. Borglum died in 1941, and his grand dream of the hall seemed to die with him. For decades, it was just an empty hole in the rock. But his vision wasn't entirely lost. In 1998, a scaled-down version of his plan was finally realized. A teakwood box, holding 16 porcelain panels that tell the story of the United States and the monument, was placed in a titanium vault at the tunnel's entrance. This vault was sealed with a granite capstone, inscribed with a quote from Borglum, ending with the hope that these records will endure until the wind and rain alone shall wear them away. Today, the Hall of Records is completely sealed and inaccessible, a hidden time capsule for a distant future. Alright, let's swap the rugged mountains of South Dakota for the romantic heart of Paris, and a landmark so famous it's basically the symbol of France itself, the Eiffel Tower. Millions of people climb its iron lattice every year, but almost none of them know that when Gustave Eiffel designed his masterpiece, he built in a little something just for himself, a secret, private apartment at the very top. And this wasn't some cold industrial workshop. While the rest of the tower was a feat of engineering, this small apartment, nearly 10 feet in the air, was incredibly cozy. It was furnished with wooden cabinets, paisley wallpaper, soft chairs, and even a grand piano. This was Gustave Eiffel's personal escape from the city below. Its existence quickly became the talk of Parisian high society, and Eiffel got endless offers from wealthy elites dying to rent it for even a single night. He turned down every single one. He kept the space for quiet reflection and for entertaining a few special guests. His most famous visitor was Thomas Edison. Today, you can actually peek through a window into the preserved apartment and see wax figures of Eiffel and Edison, forever locked in that historic meeting. But the tower's secrets don't stop there. Just below the surface, another hidden space tells a very different tale. Beneath the tower's south pillar lies a secret military bunker, originally built in 1909. This bunker became absolutely critical during World War I. The tower, which was only supposed to stand for 20 years, was saved from demolition because of its value as a radio antenna. From this underground post, the French military jammed German radio signals, a key move in their victory at the First Battle of the Marne. They even intercepted a coded message that led to the capture of the infamous spy, Mata Hari. Rumors have swirled for years about a secret tunnel connecting the bunker to a nearby military school, but that's never been confirmed. It's pretty amazing what's hiding just out of sight, isn't it? If you're enjoying digging up these secrets, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more mysteries to explore together, and you won't want to miss what's next. Now, let's jump back to the US, to a monument that is the very stage of American democracy, the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. For over a century, its steps have hosted protests, speeches, and celebrations. Millions have stood before the solemn statue of Abraham Lincoln, but almost no one has any idea what's directly beneath their feet. When the Lincoln Memorial was built between 1914 and 1922, engineers had to create a huge foundation to support all that heavy marble on what was basically reclaimed swamp. To do this, they built a massive undercroft of 800 square foot cavern filled with soaring concrete columns that look like something out of modern architecture. For 100 years, this cathedral-like space has been a forgotten world, home only to graffiti from the original construction workers and slow-forming stalactites. But this hidden chamber is about to get a major reveal. A huge $69 million project is transforming this space into a 15,000 square foot museum. It's set to open in 2026 for America's 250th anniversary, and will feature giant glass walls allowing visitors to see the historic columns while learning about the memorial's construction and its vital role in the civil rights movement. While the undercroft is a very real secret space, the memorial is also wrapped in myths. You've probably heard the one that Lincoln's hands are forming his initials A and L in sign language. The story goes that the sculptor, Daniel Chester French, whose son was deaf, snuck it in as a tribute. It's a great story, but the National Park Service has officially debunked it, stating there's no evidence. Still, the legend adds another layer of mystery to one of America's most sacred monuments. Just a quick walk from the Lincoln Memorial is that other icon of the D.C. skyline, the Washington Monument. It seems so simple, a clean, towering obelisk. But its most profound secret is also its smallest, hidden at the very top, 555 feet off the ground. The monument is capped with a small, 100-ounce pyramid made of a metal that, in 1884, was more precious than silver, aluminum. At the time, aluminum was incredibly rare and hard to produce, so it was a fitting choice for the peak of such a grand structure. Before it was placed, the pyramid was even put on display at Tiffany's in New York, where people could literally step over the top of the Washington Monument. But the real secret is what's engraved on it. On its four faces are the names of engineers and key construction dates. But on the east face, pointing toward the rising sun, are two simple Latin words, Laus Deo. It translates to, Praise be to God. Every single morning, as the first rays of sunlight hit the nation's capital, they first touched this private, hidden praise to God, an inscription totally unseen by anyone below. It's a humble, permanent message hidden on one of the world's most imposing structures, a secret conversation between the monument and the heavens. For our last stop, we're heading to New York City, a place where history is often buried just beneath your feet. Deep below the fancy Waldorf Astoria Hotel lies one of the city's best-kept secrets, a hidden train platform called Track 61. This private station, part of the Grand Central Complex, was designed to let VIP guests slip into the hotel with complete privacy. Its most famous user was President Franklin D. Roosevelt. To hide his paralysis from the public, FDR would reportedly use this secret platform. The legends tell of a specially designed train car and a massive elevator, big enough to haul the president's entire armored limousine directly from the track up to the hotel's garage. While the limo in an elevator story is debated, FDR's use of the track is well documented. The platform is even rumored to be a current emergency escape route for visiting presidents. A few miles downtown, another New York icon holds its own hollow secrets. The massive stone anchorages of the Brooklyn Bridge, those Gothic arches holding up the whole structure, were not built solid. The designer, John A. Roebling, created large cavernous chambers inside them, with ceilings soaring 50 feet high. To help pay for the bridge's staggering cost, the city rented these spaces out. And what's the perfect use for a cool, dark, stone chamber? A wine cellar. Lined with champagne and fine wines, the vaults were famous for their perfect, stable temperatures, with one even nicknamed the Blue Grotto. Later, during the Cold War, a very different kind of secret was stored here. In 2006, city workers stumbled upon a forgotten bomb shelter in one of the vaults, stockpiled with water drums, medical supplies, and over 350 zero crackers, all waiting for an attack that never came. From a sealed chamber in a mountain to a secret train platform under a city, the world's most famous monuments are so much more than stone and steel. They're archives of ambition, vaults of secrets, and carriers of messages we were never meant to see. They remind us that history is all around us, not just in the stories we're told, but in the hidden spaces and secret codes just waiting to be discovered. The next time you look at a famous landmark, look a little closer. You never know what secrets you might find. What hidden messages or secret rooms did I miss? Let me know about them in the comments below. And if you had fun on this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more hidden histories.